Renita, let's dive back into peptides, stem cells, and the education piece because it's really important for us. Hey, if you don't want to go out and do your research, then you better be listening to something that has some good research. So I'm going to have you dive in again in regards to the peptides.
Peptides are strains, basically strings of amino acids that are chained together. So it's like proteins linked together. And we have, Mariah, the peptides in our body are amazing. They're amazing for healing, for regeneration. They do so much. But again, as with anything, as we age, the peptides get less and less, right? We're familiar with peptides, by the way. You've heard of peptides if you're a listener. Collagen is a peptide, right? We've heard of that word collagen. Another peptide that you've heard of is insulin. That's a hormone peptide, right? So we've heard of these things, and we know as we age, these peptides a lot of times are not functioning like they once were. But now, through phototherapy, through LifeWave, we have the ability to actually activate our peptides with light. So now let me tell you this, the peptide that's activated with the X39, Mariah, that's the patch we were talking about. That's the one, I saw miraculous results with my mother. Her voice came back, her gait came back. She's got no more tremor. Just amazing for anything neurodegenerative conditions at all. But let me tell you this, it activates a peptide called GHK-cu. That peptide, if you go Google peptide, it's known as the holy grail of anti-aging. So if you're a listener today and say, wow, I need that, definitely I would say put a patch on because you can get these peptide injections, Mariah. A lot of places are doing them across the country. Peptide injections are coming in through a needle. Number one, they're costly. They're expensive. Number two, they hurt like a banshee. And so like a GHK copper peptide injection, if you get it, it hurts for like 4 days. Like it doesn't feel good. The beautiful thing with this X39 patch is we're activating this peptide with phototherapy. Like you said, Mariah, this is not a transdermal patch. This is a phototherapy patch you put on. It reflects your own light, your own heat back into the body, and it activates that peptide, GHK-cu. Now, I do want to say that LifeWave does not treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We can't make medical claims, right? So we talk in the realm of miracles. But I'd like to list just a couple things that the GHK copper peptide does so people
Absolutely.
have a clear understanding. Yeah, so it rebuilds, tightens your skin. So people that have that loose, saggy skin, people don't realize that the GHK copper peptide is a precursor to collagen production. You know how collagen is like you said, Mariah, people are drinking this stuff, taking these shakes, doing all this. The bottom line, and that's fine. You can continue to do that. I'm pro-health. I believe in health stacking, lots of good things for your health. But the simple thing that people could be doing is putting on this patch that activates this peptide that actually stimulates the collagen production. Right, that's really what we want. So it smooths the rough skin, gets rid of the wrinkles. We see a lot of those age spots, liver spots disappearing, which is awesome. But the biggest thing I want to tell people is, I know this sounds crazy, when you put the patch on, people that were regular sunburners are no longer getting sunburns. Like it's wild. So copper peptide in our body is a nice regulator of, I think, remember that sunscreen copper tone,
Yes,
Mariah?
yes.
There's a clue there, right? So the better our copper peptides are, it's like the more it enhances our skin, the better our skin looks, the better our skin feels. And again, a lot of people are saying, wow, I don't get sunburns anymore. This is incredible. Let's talk internal health because we're not just lookers. You're hot, I'm hot, we're fit as fiddles. But the bottom line is, what is it going to do for people's internal health? And I always say, your skin's your largest organ. It's given clues, baby. It's given clues.
Is.
Okay. But the biggest thing I love about GHK copper peptide, it fights pain and inflammation. It resets 700 nervous system genes, Mariah. So for me, we know mental health is an issue in our country. Cognitive dissonance is real. So, from depression to anxieties of all ages. I've seen young people, their doctors take them off of their anxiety and depression medication because of this patch. True story. And again, I'm not making a medical claim because individual results may vary, but this is what we've seen.
Right, your testimonials.
So many testimonials. And it's really because when you reset 700 nervous system genes, Mariah, imagine what happens to the body. We talk a lot about, remember when everybody talked about eat grapes because, there's this ingredient in grapes that is so anti-aging, right? We've all heard of this. But the bottom line is that resets like 1 to 3 genes. Okay, we're over here resetting 700 nervous system genes with the GHK copper peptide. That's why people need to understand what this thing can do. It can totally transform their health and their lives. In addition to that, it actually repairs damaged DNA, Mariah. We've all got damaged DNA.
We all have damaged DNA, especially when we look at environmental and trauma or stressors or anything that we've had that has impacted and taken us out of homeostasis. Absolutely.
That's it. Yep. And so repairing damaged DNA looks different on every single person. For some people, it's going to be their skin. For others, it's going to be, wow, I feel like I don't have that residual cough that I had after 5 years of long haulers that so many people had. Repairing damaged DNA is going to appear different in everyone's bodies. I will tell you this. When you study the GHK-cu copper peptide, there's a great book. I have it sitting right next to me here. It's by Dr. Lauren Picard. But this doctor said that the GHK copper peptide, when he did his research, this is like over 50 years ago, he did this research at the University of Minnesota. And he found out it was the number one thing for stomach cancer stomach cancer, Mariah, and it was the number one thing for COPD, the GHK copper peptide. And I'm thinking, why haven't you and I heard about it? We're forerunners in health, right? We're like,
Right.
we're way ahead of the curve, and you and I hadn't been talking about this, right? So now all of a sudden we found out there's a way you could activate this peptide naturally, not an injection, but with light, with a phototherapy patch. And again, you're protecting the lung tissue after lung damage. So, we have seen incredible results with people that the chronic residual cough. We've had 5 people on our team get completely off their oxygen. I mean, it just sounds radical. It's amazing, right? So again, everybody's bodies are a little bit different. And again, we don't treat, cure, prevent disease, but the bottom line is peptides are designed by God and put in our bodies when we're conceived. And what they do is they just help the body to restore and regenerate. And all we're doing now we've figured it out, we can activate these peptides with light.